A lot of people ask me how I got to work at Fairmont in Canada through the working holiday. So in this video, I'll show you what my daily routine at work looks like, how I got the job, the work environment, and even my interview experience. At luxury hotel like Fairmont, they provide and manage uniform for their employees. So as soon as I arrived at work, I head to the laundry area to pick up my uniform and then go to the locker room to change. The uniforms are custom made based on your measurement, and they provide 3 shirts, 2 pairs of pants, 2 vests, and 1 tie. After that, I clock in and go to the key box to pick up the master key for my position. Then I write my name in the key logbook and sign for it. Since I work in F&B, I got to work with people from kitchen, housekeeping, and royal service, which is like the hotel's call center. It was so much fun because I got to make a lot of international friends. On my first day, I met around 30 to 40 co-workers, and we all introduced ourselves. There were so many employees that within a week, I had already learned a lot of their names. I guess I am total people person because I actually enjoy memorizing names. Even back in high school, my class had around 40 students, and at the beginning of each semester, I was always the first one to memorize everyone's name. My classmates would often ask me, "Hey, what was that girl's name again?" And I'd always know the answer. The first week was extremely exhausting, but at the same time, I was so happy because I got to make so many new friends. Honestly, I believe that everyone in the world is my friend. One time, I told my Japanese friend about my friendship philosophy, and she laughed because my philosophy is very simple. If I say hi to someone, they are my friend. No matter their nationality, age, or gender, we are all friends.
He's very friendly, professional.
Easy to talk to.
Easy to talk to.
Since I spent that whole week with a big smile, so many of my co-workers gave me compliments. One server who seemed a bit serious at first told me, "Thank you for your bright smile every morning." And another co-worker, who was like a father figure to me, said, "I love your beautiful smile," telling me that my bright energy made people around me happy. In Korea, workplaces tend to have a strict hierarchy. But in Canada, everyone is so nice and welcoming. From the moment I started, I really felt like I was being welcomed. Even supervisors, managers, and higher-ups would ask my name whenever we met in the elevator and said, "Welcome aboard." This wasn't a one-time thing. Since I worked in F&B, I also spent a lot of time in the kitchen, and every single chef greeted me, asked my name, and introduced themselves. I got to meet and say hello to so many people and feel like so warm. Thanks to that, I quickly learned the name of all my coworkers. Let me tell you how I got this amazing job and how I did it. First of all, I absolutely love making foreign friends. I enjoy sharing cultures, learning about diversity, and doing things that bring the world together. That's why when I was 22, I worked at the guest house in Busan and felt like it was my true calling. Every day, I was so happy to go to work because I got to chat with foreign travelers and work with foreign colleagues. It was so much fun. Then when I went to study abroad in Japan, I worked at a hostel in Osaka. And I dreamed, someday I'll open my own guest house and spend my life hanging out with my foreign friends. Naturally, I became interested in the hotel industry. Even when I came to Canada, I really wanted to work in hospitality. So I decided to drop off my resume at a hotel in downtown Vancouver. One front desk agent there looked at my resume and said, "Usually hotels don't accept resumes this way. If you visit the official websites, you can apply directly. Your chances will be much higher." I was so grateful for the advice, so I thanked her and immediately went online to apply through their websites. But all I got were rejection emails. Not a single hotel contacted me. Every email started with, "We regret to inform you," something like that. So I thought, I guess big hotels like this won't hire a beginner like me, and I stopped hoping. Around that time, I had planned a trip to New York and Quebec, so I decided to wait until I got back from my travels and apply again. When I returned, I applied again, and this time, just one hotel got back to me. They called me for a quick interview and then scheduled my first round interview with the F&B general manager at the Fairmont Hotel's restaurant. But then, something unexpected happened. I couldn't understand any of the English. The interviewer was speaking so fast, and he even brought a list of questions with a difficult word, 2 or 3 of them in every sentence. But I thought, if I'm going to fail anyway, I might as well do my best and speak confidently. So even though I was nervous, I asked for clarification and focused on answering the questions as best as I could. It turns out when I later spoke to my coworkers, they said the questions were really difficult too, even though they spoke better than me. They had to ask the interviewer to repeat the questions a few times as well. Hearing that made me feel a little better. At the time, I had only been in Canada for less than a year, so my English was not as good as it is now. However, I had lived in Japan for 6 months, so I can speak Japanese. The interviewer turned out to be a Japanese Canadian, and when I didn't understand, he kindly asked, would it be easier to explain in Japanese? And switched to Japanese. I was so embarrassed, but it was relief, and I was able to understand completely and answer in English. I was really grateful I could speak 3 languages at the moment. And here's a little tip, smile a lot. I was smiling the entire time during my interview, and I think it helped a lot. So after the first interview, I had a second one with the HR department a few days later. The second interview was held in the HR office at hotel. The atmosphere was really quiet and formal. Still, I shared my experience, tried my best, and remained focused despite being nervous. On my way home after the interview, I saw beautiful cherry blossom blooming and wondered, will I pass? I was nervous but excited. After that, I sent a follow-up email, and finally, I got the call with the good news that I had passed. I was really excited because Fairmont Hotel aligns with my values, especially being eco-friendly. And I really wanted to work there. Before starting, I had to go back once more to get my uniform measurement, and I signed tons of documents. There was also a lot of studying to do before starting. It was a real challenge to read so much in English. There was also a 2-day orientation, which was boring, definitely informative. I took the training with the 15 other new hires, and it lasted from 8:30 a.m. to around 5 p.m. Since it was held inside a hotel, there were delicious snacks, and the atmosphere was great. We had through training on Canadian customer service and safety issues, which taught me a lot. For example, we learned what employees should do in case of suspicious guests or child abuse. And it made me realize why this is such a big company. I believe that safety is something all employees should be trained on. During lunch, we ate with the new hires, F&B managers, and HR team at the hotel restaurant, which was such a great experience. I could feel how genuinely nice the hotel was to its employees. The employee benefits are truly outstanding. Even the servers who served us were also kind and welcoming. I couldn't help but think, this is Canada, this is Fairmont. So, this is how I ended up working at a global luxury hotel Fairmont after coming to Canada on a working holiday. When I joined the hotel, I was the only one doing a working holiday. Most of the people, including the Koreans at the hotel, were either locals who grow up here, permanent residents, or citizens. And a few of my Vietnamese friends were university students studying here. Koreans who come on the working holiday in Canada usually work in the cafe or restaurant, but I want to encourage you to aim higher with your applications. Who knows when such a great opportunity might come around? I hope everyone's overseas experience will be fun, happy, and full of growth. Lastly, if I have a tip for you, if you know the interviewer's name, be sure to check out their LinkedIn profile beforehand. It's essential to prepare some questions about the interviewer. If you're curious about more tips for an interview in Canadian company, leave a comment below. I'll share the strategy I use to help increase your chances of success. I have so much more to say about Fairmont Hotel, like the monthly staff parties, the Fairmont soccer team, staff barbecues, the travel passport system that allows you to travel for free, and the benefit of free one-night stays for employees. So if you want to know more, leave a comment. I'll bring it up in the next video. Good luck with your life in Canada. Bye!